Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started unit number 2, metal ligand bonding in transition metal complexes, from the paper number 9 in organic chemistry. And in our last video we have seen molecular orbital diagrams of cobalt complexes with respect to weak field ligand and strong field ligand, that is COF6 3- and CONH3 3+. Then lastly, we will see merits and demerits of molecular orbital theory. First, we will see merits of molecular orbital theory. In the case of merits or advantages of molecular orbital theory, first point is molecular orbital theory accounts for all possible interactions between metal orbitals and ligand orbitals, that is all degrees of overlap including the electrostatic situation are thoughtfully considered. That is, here all interactions of metal atomic orbitals and ligand orbitals are considered in the formation of molecular orbital diagram. Then second advantage or merits is it successfully accounts the presence of pi bonding and the increased stability of complexes, especially with strong field ligands. That is, in this case molecular orbital formation pi bonding is considered. Then third advantage, MOT can provide satisfactorily to the charge transfer spectra on the basis of availability of antibonding molecular orbitals for electronic transitions originating from T2G and the lower bonding levels. So in the case of molecular orbital diagrams, it explains satisfactorily charge transfer spectra, and also because it is formed due to the availability of antibonding molecular orbitals which was originated from T2G lobes which are lies in between the axis, that is dxy, dyj, dxj, and the lower bonding levels. So this will form charge transfer spectra. Then next advantage or merit is it gives satisfactorily information for high spin and low spin complexes and their different magnetic moments and variations in 10 dq values. That is, MOT explains high spin complexes as well as low spin complexes, that is difference between T2G and EG orbital, which depends on the nature of the ligand. That is, indirectly that complex is high spin or low spin determines the difference in 10 dq value. Then next merit is it takes into account all possible orbitals of metal ion as well as of ligand for construction of molecular orbital energy level diagram. That is, in the case of formation of molecular orbital diagram, the metal d orbital is also considered. Along with metal d orbital, s, p orbitals are also considered, and ligand orbitals are also considered in molecular orbital diagram formation. So that is s, p, d etc of metal and sigma and pi bonding orbitals of ligand are considered in the formation of molecular orbital diagram. Then MOT can successfully account for the stability, then geometry and relative energies like VPT or CFT. So MOT is a complete theory. So overall, because it explains stability of complex, geometry of the complex and relative energies of the complex, so it is a quite complete theory. Then it accounts for Nepel-auxetic effect, that is cloud expanding effect, is explained by this molecular orbital theory, because CFT does not explain Nepel-auxetic effect or cloud expanding effect, but MOT explains Nepel-auxetic effect. Then there are some demerits of MOT. That is first demerit or disadvantage is this is unfortunately most complicated theory. Then second disadvantage is for the simple molecular orbital calculations computer is necessary, so it is maybe costly. Then third disadvantage, that is multi-atom complex ion systems cannot be explained easily. Suppose that is in our study we have studied only the formation of single metal complex, that is COF6 3 minus CONS3 6 3 plus, but we have not studied that is multi-atom formation. Suppose in the complex there is a Brigitte complex with respect to cobalt and nickel, then in that case MOT fails to explain such multi-atom complex ion systems. Then lastly we will see comparison between CFT and MOT. So this is the overall summary of the unit. First one is we will see comparison between CFT and MOT. Then first point in the case of CFT is CFT, according to CFT, bonding between metal and ligand is purely ionic type. So CFT, that is purely ionic. But in case of MOT, according to MOT, bonding between metal and ligand may be purely ionic, purely covalent, as well as partially ionic and partially covalent. So all types of bonding explained by MOT. Then second point of CFT is CFT considers metal ion d orbitals only, and in case of MOT, MOT considers all kinds of metal orbitals and also sigma and pi types of ligand orbitals. Because CFT is only d orbitals of metal considered, but here all types of orbitals are considered here, and along with sigma and pi bonding is also very well explained in MOT. Then third parameter is CFT accounts metal ligand interactions due to electrostatic attraction between metal ions and ligands, and MOT accounts metal ligand interactions to occur through molecular orbitals formed by overlap of metal and ligand orbitals. So this is the main difference. Then fourth one, as per CFT, the splitting of d orbitals due to electrostatic field exerted by ligands on central metal ion. So in the case of CFT, the splitting of d orbital is possible due to the nature of the ligand, but according to MOT, d orbital splitting is due to covalent bonding. Due to the bonding, MOT d orbital splitting takes place. Then CFT fails to account charge transfer spectra, which we have studied in last slide, but MOT gives quite satisfactory explanation for charge transfer spectra. Then in case of CFT, next point, CFT cannot account pi bonding nature, but MOT can explain both sigma and pi bonding in complexes. According to CFT, T2G and EG orbitals are split apart in the formation of octahedral complex. CFT, in case of CFT, T2G, EG orbital splitting takes place, but according to MOT, T2G and EG star are splitted apart from each other as per the diagram, because instead of EG there is a EG star. This is the main difference. Then 8 number parameter is high spin, low spin complexes and different magnetic properties. The value of delta 0 octahedral complex etc. are explained in identical way. But in case of MOT, MOT accounts for high spin nature, low spin nature, then delta octahedral value, various magnetic properties. It is similar to CFT. There is no difference. Then this theory developed by H. Wyeth and J. Van Vleck in 1929, and MOT discovered by which scientist? Hund and Mulliken, along with the scientist name is J. Van Vleck. Then CFT has many limitations as compared to MOT, but MOT, it is a almost complete theory. It is a nearly complete theory with a few limitations only. Then next is a CFT. It is a much straightforward limited approach theory, but this is rather much complicated general theory. So this is the main difference between CFT and MOT. Then in exam they will ask write a note on merits and demerits of MOT, or sometimes they will ask write a note on difference between CFT and MOT. So this is the overall summary of the unit. Then in this unit we have studied different parameters, that is we highlighted the crystal field theory, then high spin low spin complexes, and along with lastly we have studied molecular orbital theory. So this is the most important unit as per the exam concern and MSc entrance concern. So this is all about the metal ligand bonding in transition metal complexes. So here we have finished the unit, that is metal ligand bonding in transition metal complexes. So thank you all of you for listening this video.